Hello, how are you? I am here to take a lie detector test.
Joey, did you know I was browsing Zillow and I landed on the Pennsylvania area? I don't know why, I've always been intrigued by Pennsylvania and some parts of it. Just the country part. And I realized that there are houses there that we could genuinely afford, down payment wise.
Our budget, Melissa, I doubt that. That's why I really don't even I don't even think about the house stuff yet, because we're nowhere near that. I have barely anything saved. We'll get there, but even the cheap places, I don't think we qualify for.
No, but really, the last house you had was under your mom's name, right? So you're technically a first-time buyer. We could do maybe the 3% thing, and I can take out a loan or something. We can make it work.
Alright, the down payment, it's an issue. It is, though. But it's not the biggest issue for me. And I've told you what the biggest issue is, Melissa. Among other things, it's the fact that, I just started a new career here. I have an apprenticeship at a tattoo shop. Apprenticeships at a tattoo shop are not easy to come by. I got very lucky. Very lucky. People usually wait 10 years almost to get to that level, unless you know someone, whatever. I barely knew anyone, and the one person I did, he's giving me a shot, and I'm doing good, and I don't want to mess it up, and I don't want to, if I move to Pennsylvania or Bumble F or whatever, there's a real big risk of me being tired on my commute and not wanting to go and screwing it up. Right now, I'm 15, 20 minutes away from work, I don't want to mess up that.
Joey, people commute from Pennsylvania to New York. People commute from Pennsylvania to Newark. It's possible, and with a tattoo career, you have a flexible schedule.
I think you have a misconception about tattooing. That when you become a tattoo artist, alright, I'll work 5 minutes a day, I'll get paid a $2,000 tattoo and that'll cover me. I'll take off a couple days. No. I'll be working in a shop under a regular manager. He gets a cut of everything I earn. It's not everything in my pocket. It's taxes. You have to work a lot. And even after 10, 15 years, if you're still working in someone's shop, it's the same money almost. You can increase your rates as your notoriety goes up, this and that, but unless you own a shop, I don't know. I can't predict it, Melissa. But at first, I know for a fact, I gotta work a lot. I gotta pay my dues. I'm not making my schedule right off the bat.
I mean, I would be okay if you stayed over to work, some nights, but I just want our home base to be far from here, very, very far from here. I just want to start fresh,
Can I just ask where your sense of urgency for this matter comes from? Why do you care so much all of a sudden to move? I know every now and then you get a bug up your butt, but where's this one coming from?
Look, I disagreed with a lot of things that Miranda did in her life. We didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but she was right about some. The way she carried her pregnancy and her motherhood. Great woman. But I think she was also right about moving out of this town. I feel there's a lot of bad mojo, and I just feel always right around the corner there is something that's going to get us. I just live in this state of constant paranoia that we try to plant our feet in this town and it's haunted,
But we can't be superstitious like that, Melissa. At the end of the day, I don't really believe in karma. I don't really believe in psychics and stuff. I believe in God. And with God, superstitions like this, no.
I didn't want to have to say this and weaponize it and say this to you, and I don't say it in this way, but I don't want to raise a family with you possibly one day where something so tragic happened to your son. Do you? Do you really want to drive by that house? I know it's on your way to the commute. on your commute, on your way to work. You have to pass that house. And I know part of you passes it and you feel something like sentimental because that's where Junior was. But do you really want to endure that for the rest of your career? I know that you have an apprenticeship, but I believe you can make it work if we did long distance. And there are plenty of tattoo shops elsewhere. Just think about it, Joey. We could really start a whole new, happy life. White picket fence everything. There are affordable places in Pennsylvania. Not even there. We can go to Kentucky, wherever you want.
But remember I said, among other problems, not just the commute, not just work, not just down payment. There's another thing. I love my sister and I love my mom more than anything. I can't abandon my mom for Pennsylvania or wherever at a time like this. I can't leave her.
We would take her. Not her boyfriend.
I'll think about it. For real. Well, Victor, no pressure. But lie detector test changes the course of everything moving forward. I am 97% certain that this lead that you gave me for my daughter, for Miranda, it's accurate. And one thing preventing me from going is knowing whether or not Miranda has the paternity test results. If she does, then I can't take my daughter from her. She knows the truth. And as much as that sucks and twists a dagger through my chest, I have to accept that. And I will. But if she doesn't, and you're lying, well, I'm hauling my ass to Montana. And a lot of people's lives are about to change. So my question to you, not to make things overly dramatic. I appreciate you, Victor, I do. And I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but did you take the lie detector test? Yes, of course I took the test. I told you I would, I gave you my word, and I went to the precinct and I took a lie detector test for my best friend. Wow. I really appreciate that. And I genuinely hope that you taking that test, no matter what the outcome, I hope that it doesn't alter our friendship in any way. And I hope moving forward, if I do go to Montana on this lead, I hope that it doesn't affect our friendship either. Because I love you like a brother, Victor, but what are the results? The results to the lie detector test say that I